Can anybody identify what Adrian's personality disorder is? Because I don't think he's just a narcissist. I think there's like way more to it than that. Mafs Australia, Wednesday the 2nd of April, episode 19, Friends and Family Week Part 2. Athena's been left in the restaurant by Adrian and his family, and she's sitting crying to her sister. She is crying over that. Make it make sense. His best friend at the time, Jasmine's Eats, now supposedly his ex-best friend, put an apology on her Instagram. Now, I've seen clips of her old videos, and she's got videos with him in the car, and he's saying like really crude things about women, so it's not as if she didn't know he was a dick. So the fact that she sat and spoke to her the way she spoke to her is an absolute disgrace. Him and clearly all his family are cunts. Like, I would like to know what his mum and dad are like, because they absolutely fucking dragged them up. I seen a clip of a video the day, and it was supposedly his twin brother, and he says, oh, somebody stopped me, and they thought I was Adrian, but he had his hood up because the two of them have got like different hair, and I thought, what, the two of them have got the exact same speech impediment? Weird. He had the cheek to come back to the room and say that he was embarrassed for her and her sister. He's clearly gaslighting her. He's clearly got some sort of fucking personality disorder. His parents have done an absolute shite job at bringing him up. And it's just embarrassing. That being said, her putting up with this shit isn't a good look for her either. Karina and Paul were meeting friends and family, and it was her auntie, I believe, and I was absolutely mortified. The auntie was like, oh, we're going to ask about like if they've slept together and if he's good in bed because he's French. What the fuck? I know that people are open with their families and they talk about stuff like that. I'm not one of the people. Like, if one of my aunts asked me what my boyfriend was like in bed, no, I'm sorry. It's weird behaviour. I've got friends whose mum and dad talk to them about sex, like their own sex life. And I've been sitting there thinking, if my mum ever had this conversation with me, I would fucking end myself. I am not a prude to any degree, but when it comes to family and that, like, it doesn't mix. It was so uncomfortable to watch, and they were laughing about it, but see if that had been me, I'd have been like, are you serious? Don't ask me that. Elliot and Veronica are in the middle of confessions week, and they had to write a letter talking about something that's happened in their life that's made them who they are. So Elliot says that his sister was in a coma, and he felt as if the world was ending, and then his dad came in and he was strong, and that's why he's not really good at expressing his feelings, right? And then Veronica wasn't happy with this. Now, to be honest, I felt like she was exaggerating, because there's some people who literally do not know how to express emotions because they don't know the emotions that they're feeling at the time. Not like me. I'm an emotional fucking roller coaster, and I will express how I'm feeling, but not everybody's like that. And there was people online saying that he's a narcissist and she's reacting to the way he's being, and now she's getting the blame. But to be honest, I felt like she was just on his case. Right, he was trying to say, I felt like the world was ending, I felt like this was happening, and she's like, but you haven't told me anything. And even I was thinking, well, what more do you want? Like, it was crazy to me. Like, she was coming across as a crazy person. That's just my honest opinion. I felt like so much of this episode was based around this argument, and I was just like, what is this? Why is she taking it to that degree? Like, it really wasn't that deep to me. Then it was time for Mirena and Tony to meet the friends and family, and I thought Mirena was going to be the main problem here. When Mirena's friends took Tony to the side and he says, I want a baby, I just thought, fuck off, Tony. Now, let me be very clear. I've said this many times. Mirena has said that she was abused in her past relationship, and I don't believe it for a second. The way she carries herself, the way she speaks to people, like, I know that she's been single for 7 years and she's maybe been building up her confidence or whatever, but she just comes across as a really nasty, horrible person. But we know that Tony's been winding her up because he's been away at the weekend and he's not been spending enough time with her. Why the fuck you'd want to spend time with her, I don't know. But then when he says he wanted a baby, I was like, that's just an excuse. Like, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? What age is he, like 50 something? And okay, men can keep having babies up until whatever age, but you want to be like 60 when your Wayne's 10. Not to mention the fact that he was married for fuck knows how many years. He's still married. Nah, it doesn't make any sense. This entire episode to me was just confusing. Veronica reacting the way she did. Let me know in the comments, do you agree with how she reacted? I just don't get it whatsoever. Tony deciding that he wants a baby. Fucking Athena putting up with Adrian's shit. His family being complete cunts. And fucking Karina's auntie asking about their sex life. The whole thing was a fucking car crash. Let me know what you thought in the comments.